Hey, what's up? Back out here working on the truck, and time to try and put up the transmission cross members. So I'm going to stick with the stock cross member. It's not heavy, and it bolts right in. So I was going to make my own, but I'd probably be only saving maybe 2, maybe 3 pounds, and I'd have to buy a stick of pipe, tabs to weld to the frame, and bolt it in that way, and still make a bracket to come off of it. So it's not worth it to me, and this will not be in my way in any way because I'm not having exhaust go through there or anything. So I've got a Power Glide transmission, and so let's say this is how it goes in the truck, just like this. Let's say it's in there. My Power Glide mount it comes to about right here. So it's about 2 inches short of this. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to grind this down. This little, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's for strength. I don't know. But I may end up grinding it down just here and make this more flat so I have more welding area. And then I'm going to cut this angle iron and weld it on in that place. So this is really thick angle iron, really strong stuff. I'll probably end up cutting it about right here, so I'll have all of this to weld right there, and then I'll just have my holes, 2 holes for the mount. It should work out fine. If the bolts end up being out here or too far out, I can take I have some more of this I can make a spacer with, just weld on a piece of this, and that'll give me another 1/4 of an inch or so, maybe more. That'll get it closer to the center. If it's just outside of the center, I'm okay with that, because like I said, this stuff is very strong, and should hold up the transmission no problem. I do have a polyurethane mount in there. I do not use solid transmission mounts. Even my transmission builder, Keith Neal, Sid Neal's son, he says do not use one because you will break that case pretty much immediately. So polyurethane, I'm going to cut this. You probably don't need to watch me cutting it, like a lot of these videos make you suffer through that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cut it and probably get that ready and pick back up. Alright, and not only that, but I'm no good at editing. I don't know how to do half of this stuff, so I'm going to do it as easy as possible for me. Well, I started to grind that tab off like I said I was going to, but decided to cut it. I was able to just do a slight cut through here, and then I hammered it up, and now I'll cut the welds there and then grind that down. Be a whole lot easier than grinding that whole thing off. It's too thick for grinding. And I got this piece all cleaned up and ready for welding onto it once I get that piece off. So it really wasn't much at all. Just got to be careful not to go too deep. So just a few skim passes and you're through it. It was real easy to get through. Also, if you do get your stuff at Harbor Freight, like I definitely do, these right here, these guys here, stay away from these. The green ones, they are the, kind are they? I don't know, but stay away from them. They're crap. They suck. The good ones are these. the Hercules ones, and they have another kind that's good too. But these are pretty good. Those green ones, man, they just, you try to cut through something, it takes forever and it eats up the whole thing. They're crap. So these guys here, and then there's the red brand, Bauer. They make good ones too. That's what kind of grinder I'm using. I also have a rigid battery powered grinder, which it eats the hell out of batteries, but for my business I use rigid pretty much everything. So alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and get this cut off and cleaned up and get it ready for welding, and probably come back on. No need in showing all that either, but that won't take too long. A few minutes, cut that off, clean it up, get it ready for welding. Alright, so I got it all cleaned up, got that off there. I clamped my piece on so I can get it under there and fit it, make sure it's going to work where it is, and it looks like it is. It's going to work just fine. It actually comes like right around in here, so I'll have 2 holes I'll drill once I get them marked. Getting this thing, I need to get under there and jack up the transmission some so I can actually put this in place. I can get it close, but not close enough to where I feel comfortable marking it and drilling it. So I'm gonna lift up the transmission an inch or 2 and get back to it. But this is really what I wanted to show you. I don't know how close a 350 or 400 transmission will line up. I've never put one in one of these, so but this is what I'm doing for a power glide. It comes just a little short of the, I guess it's shorter than the transmission that was in it. So just welding this piece of angle iron on, my mount comes right to there on it, so it'll work out just fine. I figure this angle iron is actually thicker, twice as thick, if not more, than the metal that this whole cross member is made out of. So I'm not worried a bit that it won't hold. So I'm just going to go ahead and weld this in place, and then jack up the transmission, get my holes marked, drill them out, and then this thing will bolt right in. So if you come into this problem, or if I actually think, I don't know, you know, I don't really know. I haven't, I've always used 400s, so, but I've never done them in a S10, so I don't know. But anyways, this is what I'm doing to fix that issue. They sell a kit for this. I've seen it on Facebook, but it's like almost $300, or it's $250. Or you can just weld on a piece of angle iron, you know. So that's the budget way, I guess. Anyways, gonna end this now. Just wanted to show how I'm dealing with this issue. It's kind of what I'm trying to do. So hopefully this helps somebody. Okay, I just got this thing welded on. I'm still teaching myself to weld, so I think it came out pretty good. I don't know how well you can see on here, but on this little screen on the GoPro it looks like shit. So I think it'll hold though. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. I welded that sucker all the way around. So that's all it takes to turn this thing into a working cross member for what I've got. I still have to get it in there, or jack up the transmission, get it in there, spot my my holes and drill them, and then bolt it all in. Paint it. I gotta repaint it so it doesn't rust everywhere. But that's about it. That's how we make this transmission crossmember work for what we got on the cheap. This didn't cost me anything. Piece of scrap angle iron that was in the yard. So I could have used one of the pieces of box left over from my cage. I could have cut one of these in half and used it. Even though it's thinner than what I did use, still hold, but I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, well, that's it for this. I'm going to get under there and get this finished and bolted in and done. Alright.